I had been dating a girl for almost a year. She seemed perfect. Not just smart or sweet, it was like she was made to appeal to me. Her smile always came at the right moment. She knew when to joke, when to support. We spent our evenings together, reading Reddit, looking for funny stories and laughing that if we ever argued, we'd post it there and let strangers decide who was right. It was just a joke, or at least it seemed that way to me back then. Over time, I started noticing small things in her behavior that I hadn't seen before. She began coming home later from work, saying things like crazy day, project, meetings, and more often she mentioned some new colleague. When I ran into him near her office, he looked at her the way strangers look at other people's partners, confidently and far too long. I asked her directly, "You're really just colleagues?" She laughed, short, almost cold. "You're paranoid," but her eyes weren't laughing. They were empty, like glass. I tried to push the thoughts away. I really did. But the unease didn't go away. At night, I would wake up feeling like someone was standing by the bed. The room was dark, silent, only the noise from the street outside. I held my breath and tried to fall asleep again, but the sense of presence stayed. One evening, she said she was going on a business trip. I was left alone. Rain whispered against the windows. It was almost midnight when I heard footsteps in the hallway. Heavy, slow. They were approaching my door. I got up, quietly went to the door, listened, and they vanished. I opened the door. No one. The front door was locked. The windows were secured, but the sound was inside the apartment. The next day, while working on her laptop, I saw an open Reddit tab, her account. I clicked and froze. Dozens of posts about me. She described me as jealous, controlling, aggressive. People in the comments wrote, "Run from him while you can." And she replied, "I'm already working on it." I scrolled further and came across a photo. My photo. I'm sleeping on our bed. Hair messy, hand beside me. Caption, "Soon he won't even realize how he ends up in the basement." A chill ran through me. One thought flashed in my mind. What is this? What's happening? I remembered the strange lock in the storage room. We had never used it. I went over and opened the hatch in the floor. There was a dark passage leading down. The feeling wasn't just cold. It was like the breath of the earth itself. I took a flashlight and went down. The basement was huge, like an old bunker. Dozens of suitcases. Some old, worn, with tags from strangers. I opened one. Inside were women's clothes, all stained. In another, men's clothes, also damaged. On the shelves were old phones, documents, bank cards. On the wall, printed photographs. Men, women, children. Everywhere the same crookedly drawn date. And among them, my photo. Large, colored. I'm standing by our apartment building. Caption, "He trusts." Soon the air smelled damp and metallic. I ran back, closed the hatch, and at that exact moment I heard the front door. She returned, smiling as if nothing had happened. "Hi," she said. "Why do you look so pale?" "Didn't sleep," I whispered. That night I didn't sleep at all. I lay there listening to her walking around the apartment. Then I heard her phone buzz. A message. "When will you do it?" "We're waiting for the photo." She replied, "Tomorrow." In the morning, I quietly packed my things and left. She called, texted, "Where are you?" "Why?" I stayed silent. The next day, I went back with the police. The apartment was empty. The basement hatch welded shut. No suitcases, no photos, as if nothing had ever existed. The officers looked at me like I was insane. A week later, I got a new follower on Reddit. I went to the profile. There was my photo. Taken the morning I ran away. Caption, "He's alone now." Soon I started changing phones, accounts, renting other apartments, but they always found me. I would wake up at night and hear footsteps. Sometimes it felt like a silhouette was standing outside the window. One day, leaving my apartment, I found a printed photo on the door. I was asleep in my new apartment. Then the last post appeared. The profile that followed me last posted a new photo. In it, me, lying on the bed, but not in my own room. I was asleep in her room, the same one we had been in together. The blanket, the curtains, the crooked picture on the wall, everything was exactly as it had been. Under the photo was a caption in red letters. "It's not over yet." I don't remember how I got there, and I don't remember falling asleep in that room, but someone was there, someone close enough to take that picture. Now every time I close my eyes, I feel like I'm back in that room, and the photo proves it.